In order to latch up a drop stitch, you need to insert the latch tool from the back of the work, and I usually poke it through a few stitches below the actual drop so that I make sure I don't split anything. And then start pushing and pulling the tool just enough to push the old stitch behind the latch and to grab the new stitch in the hook. Pull the old stitch over. When you reach the top, you'll need to use a transfer tool to get the stitch off of the latch tool so that ultimately you can replace it on the needle. If instead of latching up a drop stitch, you'd like to reform a stitch as a knit stitch, then you can work from the side of the fabric that's facing you, the purl side of the work. And once again, you're only going to push and pull the tool just enough to manipulate the stitches. I usually tug down on the work a little bit to keep some tension on the stitches, and then you'll notice that the fabric barely moves at all. It's the tool that's doing all of the work. When you get to the top, just get the stitch behind the latch, hook the tool onto the needle, and then deposit the stitch on top. It's also possible to latch up a stitch as a tuck stitch for a decorative effect, perhaps alongside a cable or just in a pattern all by itself. In this case, I'll pass the latch tool under every 2 bars of the ladder, but only catch the second bar to pull through the stitch. And when it's done, I think you'll see that there's a definite difference, a more open look to the tuck stitch than there is to the plain knit stitch.